We make more decisions every day than we even care to keep track of, but how many of them are truly rational? Do we always choose the best course of action? Truth is, decision making requires a concerted effort and involves an elaborated process that requires high cognitive load. Therefore, it is impossible to make accurate decisions at all times. The accuracy effort framework of the decision-making process suggests that people adopt different decision-making strategies based on whether it is more important to maximize the accuracy of the decision or to minimize the effort spent on making the decision. So the default option is, as its name implies, an option that decision makers will have if they do nothing. And today, I would like to share about the default effect, the phenomenon in which default options influence decisions we make. A study in 2014 by behavioral economist Dan Ariely and his co-researchers specifically examined the effect of defaults in electronic order templates on physicians' treatment decisions and medical errors. Thankfully, the results showed that the default effect was only limited to low-severity medical errors. This means that the physicians would go with incorrect defaults that have low consequences to the patient's health because it requires effort to actively override them. But when the default is bound to bring harm upon a patient, the physician would be willing to actively make the accurate decision at the expense of their cognitive effort. While we can put our hearts at ease knowing that we can still trust professionals to make important decisions, let's not underestimate the low-impact errors that we make in our everyday lives. In countries where people are organ donors by default, which means that people need to opt out if they rather not be organ donors, approximately 90% of the population is registered as organ donors. Whereas in the US, one of the countries which people need to sign up to be organ donors, only 60% of adults are listed as organ donors despite 90% reporting that they support organ donation. While many people don't mind being organ donors, some might be reluctant to make the extra effort to actively sign up as one, especially if they perceive it as a low-impact action. And because of this, people on the organ transplant waiting list will have reduced chance for survival. But it's not just organ donation. How many times have you come across event posters that catches your attention, or activities that you thought would be meaningful to try out, but did not because of the hassle of registering for it? Although the consequences may not be significant at that point of time, we could have let many potential opportunities slip through our fingers just like that. In essence, the default effect plays an active role in our everyday decision-making process, but we often fail to realize it because we perceive it as of low consequence. Therefore, we ought to be more aware of the little incorrect defaults in our lives and override them before they become the seed for a consequential mistake. While the default may be the obvious choice, it is not the only choice we can make. There may be better choices to make if we make the extra effort.